Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Also, earlier you forgot to unplug the deep fryer.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I
Oops.
unplugged it for you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Hello, peoples. I forgot to do something today and I got yelled at by my own daughter. Nah, I'm going live.
Okay, love you.
Love you too, babes. Thank you. So we are live and it's Throwdown Thursday. Bear with me, I've got a horrendous headache, so if I squint, it's because I've got a horrendous headache. And you know what? I'm just going to put it like this. Comfort protects who you were. Where your calling demands who you're becoming. You see, your calling won't compete with your comfort. It won't fight for your attention, and it won't wrestle with your habits. It won't beg you to move. All right? And so that's why I'm here tonight, because, well, I've got a horrendous headache. And it's a discipline. It's a mental thing, mental mindset. I was talking to somebody earlier today about mindset, how more people are scared of the what if for something that may or may not ever happen than the fear of actually just doing it and getting it done. And you know, something really interesting is people, you know, I was called a negative Nancy. I'm like, negative Nancy? I don't know. But if somebody goes around constantly worried about the negative things that are going to happen, that person there sounds more like a negative Nancy. Whereas I tend to try and look at the most positive things. It's like, what if it works? What if I get the Stormwalker Outpost land that I want? What if it turns into a great retreat for people who suffer from depression or burnout or whatever? What if it turns into an excellent opportunity for people to explore their own mental health? What happens if it opens up for an opportunity for people to experience a little bit more life than what they're accustomed to? But I'm the negative Nancy because I said, well, you're afraid of the what ifs. That's the thing, is that a lot of people are afraid of the what ifs. And so they focus on the comfort level that they have of knowing where they stand, what they're doing. They'd rather tolerate they'd rather tolerate the little bit of uncomfortableness because the risk is more uncomfortable, even though that the chances that it happening might be slim to none, that they're worried about. See, I grew up in a world where comfort wasn't luxury. It was survival. I mean, I'm from the 80s, 70s, and 80s. I mean, we were feral. All right. Mom would turn us loose, you know, in the morning, and you know, we'd have to find garden hoses to drink from, and we'd have to be home by the time the streetlights turned on. You know, and that was that. Comfort was when you were quiet. Comfort was when you stayed small and you didn't make any noise. You know, the old little boy should be seen and not heard moment. You know, and that was staying out of trouble. But I grew up when we were turned loose on the world. I mean, I remember having a pipe and a monkey or a pipe wrench and opening up the hydrants on the corner all the time, putting two tires around the hydrant and a board down in there so it would try to shoot a cascade of water up and over, and everybody in the neighborhood come and play in there. And I'd be the one in trouble because I'm the one that brought the board, or I'm the one that brought the pipe wrench because my mom had the pipe wrench. Meanwhile, my other neighbors would yell and scream because of the fact, oh, we're flooding our basement. We lost water pressure. Whatever. Freaking 100 degrees outside and everybody's out there enjoying the water. Shut up and just go enjoy the water. Turn your air conditioner off. See, comfort was back then was staying out of trouble. Comfort was when I was wearing the wrong colors because I liked wearing the colors and I ended up getting kicked out of high school. Comfort was trying to avoid becoming the man my father never showed me how to be. Comfort was repeating the same pain over and over again because it feels familiar. Huh? What'd I say? You heard me. Comfort is repeating the same pain over and over again because it feels familiar to you, as opposed to what if. Yeah, what if? What if you start that business? Yeah, it can fail. But what if it succeeds? What if instead of failing, it succeeds? And what if it succeeds so well that you end up needing to hire somebody to help you? What happens if it succeeds so well that you end up having to need to hire 2 or 3 people to help you? What happens if you go back to school? What happens if you try and go to the doctors and have them check out what that issue is on your arm? Or why your heart beats weirdly sometimes throughout the day? See, comfort is when you try and just deal with it instead of actively pursuing why. Instead of pursuing your why, you just deal with what you have because it's better than nothing, right? I'm happy with my 1996 Chevy Impala because it does the job. It gets me from point A and sometimes back to point B without too much hassle, but I'm happy with it. I don't have to work that much harder to get a newer car. See, your calling shows up in whispers in the classrooms where teachers said you had potential. In the community service project where I earned a bronze congressional award, or in the science fair project where I won a scholarship to MIT. And you know what? The moment that I lost it because of a mistake I made, that defined me. See, calling showed up again when I became a father. And I realized that I had to become the man I never saw. I had to try and study what other people, my friends, had as a father. I had to study what TV shows were they were father. The Cosby Show and Prince of Bel Air and stuff like that to see what a father was. Because see, comfort is predictable. People prefer to be in a comfort. There was a salesman walking along and he came across an old man and a dog sitting on a porch. And he asked the old man a story about what's new and exciting. And as the old man and the salesman are talking, This old hound dog sitting there just gets up, makes a moaning sound. And the salesman like, what the heck? And as they're talking, the dog does it again. And the salesman goes, what's wrong with your dog, man? Something wrong with him? Oh, he's just laying on a nail. Well, why doesn't he get up? Because it doesn't hurt him that much. See, it only hurts enough to moan and groan, but not enough to actually do something about it. And a lot of people out there are exactly like that. They're so comfortable that they'll tolerate the little things in their life that they don't like, moaning and groaning about them, but not doing anything about it. Must be nice to have a newer car. Must be nice to have a nice house out on a lake. Must be nice to have that nice job where you make so much money. Must be nice. But they're not willing to try and work the extra hours. Must be nice to be a business owner. I bet you make a ton of money. And I'm sorry for this, southern drawl thing, but in this town, it kind of fits. I hate saying it. But what happens is people try and go, must be nice to have that. But they're not willing to try and put forth the effort. Must be nice to have a nice car. Yeah, it is. It is nice. I work darn hard for it. I put in extra hours. I started a business and I started another business and I sold a business and I sold another business. So I can afford a car. I spent hours away from my family so I could try and work that much harder to be a successful entrepreneur, to make sure I bring home enough money so I can make sure the kids have a good car to drive in. Because see, people look at comfort as the goal. And as long as it's not too bad, the pain isn't that bad, then they're comfortable. Like I honestly find it fascinating how many people out here by where I live will work just long enough to make enough money to pay the current bills and then stop.
Okay.
And then complain about not having money. And then they start another job and work until they have enough money to pay the bills and then stop. And then complain again. And once again, it falls in that category that people are predictable. They love the comfort. They'll tolerate the little things that hurt, but not that much, because they worry too much about what if they change? What if they try something harder? What if they do something harder?
Are you talking about me?
Well, honey, if the shoe fits. No, I'm not talking about you.
I'm scared that when I graduate med school and I go to apply as an intern for a surgical residency, they'll put me as a nurse because of my nursing class next year.
Okay. But what happens if you graduate med school and they don't put you as a nurse?
Hopefully put me as janitor. I'll quit.
But what if they don't? And what if they put you as a doctor intern instead?
Well,
see, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
If they don't put me as a surgical resident, I'll go make my own hospital.
But that's exactly what I'm talking about. Is people trying and focus on the negative what ifs as opposed to the positive what ifs. What if I buy this land and I get yelled at?
My food's burning.
What if my daughter burns the house down before I can buy this land? But no, all kidding aside, people tend to focus, and that's a proof right there. People tend to focus on the negative stuff, on the what if. What if I do this and I don't become the doctor right away? What if I go to school all these years and I don't get that good job that I want?
What if my dad doesn't change the oil in the deep fryer?
Well, the deep fryer will catch on fire. Well,
I
Well-
think the deep fryer just caught on fire. My stuff is burnt, and I only had it in there for 3 minutes.
you do realize stuff goes in deep fryer for usually about 1.5 to 2 minutes?
Not my stuff. It says 175 for 2 minutes.
And you had it in there for how many minutes?
No, it's
3 minutes.
completely burned. I know how a deep fryer works. I work with deep fryers.
You ever throw an ice cube in a deep fryer yet?
I have.
Oh.
Not on purpose, and I didn't tell anyone.
Oh, all right. Anyways, go shoot. Go salvage your food. What'd you make anyway?
Pizza.
In a deep fryer?
No, my pizza mozzarella sticks.
Oh. Pizza in a deep fryer. That's like putting ice cream in a deep fryer. They do
I
that.
have ice cream.
They do that. They'll take ice cream and they'll put it like in cornflakes or stuff like that, dip it around there, and then drop it in the deep fryer for like 5 seconds and pull it right back out.
At Taco Bell, we put cheese tortillas in the deep fryer.
Really?
And Eric tried it today, and I don't know if he liked it or not.
Wow.
But it's for the street chalupas.
Mhm.
It's supposed to be a tortilla and a cheese tortilla.
Uh-huh.
But we had leftover cheese tortillas, so we put the cheese tortilla in there to try it.
Okay.
And
Cool.
he's gonna teach me how to make elephant ears, but then he didn't.
Elephant ears are really fun to make. They're really good. We got powdered sugar. So, anyways,
I thought they had cinnamon. Hey, does it look like I care? Does it look like I care?
one pizza puff.
What is a pizza puff?
One of your pizza sticks.
Pizza mozzarella?
Yeah, whatever they're called. One.
Why aren't we Italian? Why'd you have to marry a white person? Why can't we be Italian?
We might be a Dago. I don't know.
A dago? What's that?
Dago is slang for Italians. Hey, Alicia.
Like how aliens are slang for Mexicans?
No. Like pork chops are slang for Puerto Ricans.
Is that really?
Yeah, it is.
Some a pork chop?
Yes, we're pork chops.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, peoples, back to the thing. People tend to try and have that negative mindset where they try and focus on the negative what ifs as opposed to positive what ifs.
What if
Yeah.
my cat doesn't sleep in my bed tonight? What if he sleeps in the hallway like he's doing right now?
And so what happens is that comfort is identity preserving. It's emotional addictive.
What if someone steals my ice cream?
And your calling is identity disruptive. See, long story short, while comfort is addictive, it'll make you want to try and just relax and just enjoy and everything's copacetic, coast along, start off slow and taper off type stuff. Comfort is predictable.
What if I steal that green pen?
You can have the green pen.
Thanks.
Now shoot.
Don't tell me what to do, pork chop.
But that's the thing though, is that comfort is comfort. It's identity preserving. It ends up being the fuel that burns your dreams and destroys them. Where your calling is future focused. Your calling is uncomfortable by design because your calling makes you want to stand up. Your calling makes you want to stand up. Your calling makes you want to try and do something a little harder, to learn, to
How'd you
grow.
feel if I moved to Germany without you?
Bye. You couldn't do it. You'd probably end up waiting until after I'm dead and gone. But you know what? Raise your hand
Well, I'm
if
gonna
you've
be
ever
living
felt
with
your
you
calling
throughout
pulling you
college.
forward while your comfort wanted to keep you stuck where you're at.
Can you find land here?
Because see, if you've always done what you've always did, you always get what you always got. I'm sorry, what was that, sweetheart?
Can you find land near Bloomington, Indiana, so I can go there for med school?
Maybe.
Or
Anyways.
Chicago? Can we go back to Chicago?
We'll see. All right, let me finish this up. I've got a horrendous headache.
Because of me?
No, not because of you.
Because of the other one?
No. It's I've had a migraine the last couple days.
I learned that my migraines are because of my posture.
I learned my migraines are because of the fact I have kids. I mean, I have stress.
Hey, you chose to have kids,
Yeah.
and you wanted more of them.
Yeah. Anyways, so
Have fun with the pizza mozzarella and the cat. Have fun with that too.
she's following you. What the hell? What'd you just bring in here? Look and see. Is that a mouse?
It's electrical tape.
Oh, electrical tape. Jesus.
If it was a mouse, do you think you'd be running from it?
See, this is a comedy hour. It's not a talk. And this is actually a real bona fide, actual important thing because people tend to try and live their whole entire life. People live until about 30-something years old.
What does this do?
That plays with the volume. Don't touch it.
Oh.
People live till about 30-something years old and then die. But they don't get buried until they're in their 70s or 80s. Because what happens is their dreams die in their 30s. They get comfortable with what they are and they're too afraid to step out. They're afraid to try something new because all the times in the past, up until they're 30, whenever they tried something and it failed, they just gave up and tried something new. And when that failed, they tried something new. And when that failed, they tried something new. And so that's when they decided that, you know what, I'm just not going to do it anymore. Bye. Love you.
Love you.
And so that's where they decide that comfort is better than risk. But comfort doesn't need to be allowed to be dangerous. Comfort whispers, stay here. Don't risk it. Don't embarrass yourself. Don't start that business just in case you fail. You might have to file bankruptcy. Don't go to the doctors because you might find out that you've got something bad. Or don't go to the doctors because you might find out that it's all in your head and you have nothing wrong with you. And then the doctor's going to look at you stupid. Think you're crazy. Don't go back to school because everybody in that class is going to be younger than you and they're going to make fun of you for being old. You're too old to start your dreams. You're too old to start over. You're too old to do anything. You're too young to be a speaker. You're too young to do anything because you're, too young. You don't have any experience. See, comfort gives you excuses on why not to do something. It protects your past while destroying your future. And that's the thing. Thank you, Sunshine.
Pizza mozzarella. I was speaking Spanish to Olivia, and then she asked me what I meant, and I said, have you not been doing your Duolingo? And she said, no, because he's a green bird. Love you, Dad. Bye.
Love you, Veg. See, comfort kills your future while protecting your past. And if comfort is a couch, your calling is that Stairmaster. If comfort is a couch, your calling
if a Stairmaster
is those extra hours at work. Please stop.
If a Stairmaster is your comfort, then does that mean a couch is your calling?
No.
Then why is a Stairmaster a couch's calling? You said that if a couch is your comfort, then a Stairmaster is your calling.
Exactly. Because if you're comfortable sitting on a couch,
so does
and
that
that's
mean
what you want to do?
So if
then you should be going to the Stairmaster and learning how to step because it's not comfortable.
Isn't a Stairmaster just like that stair machine?
Yes.
Well, if a Stairmaster's comfort is with Stairmaster, wouldn't their calling be the couch since it's the opposite of them?
No.
Yes?
A Stairmaster would be comfort, then the pull-up bar would be their calling.
Pull-up bar is not my calling.
Yeah, well, exactly.
I have muscles,
so,
but not enough.
But see, that's the thing is one will keep you seated while the other one will keep you climbing. Bye, babe. Love you. All right. One will try and keep you comfortable while one will help you achieve more in your life. So I don't want to try and say that you're that you're stuck, because some of you aren't stuck. You're just seated. Some of you aren't behind. You're just comfortable. And some of you aren't waiting on life to push you forward. Life is waiting on you to take the steps. See, last Wednesday, not yesterday, but the Wednesday before last, all right, I was going through my emails and I decided to try and check the spam folder, which is I something very rarely check. And there it was. Are you going to be here or not? Beware. The TEDx in Georgetown, Kentucky. I'm a part of it. You're the main event. You're the final speaker. You're the final host of the event. You are it. See, I'll be honest, I was scared to be drawn and said that, hey, in less than 3 days, you're going to be talking at a TEDx event. You know, it's basically like the little, like, it's like an Oscar that actors get for speakers. Comfort told me I didn't have the right clothes. Comfort told me I didn't have the right confidence. Comfort told me that I didn't have enough time to prepare for it. Comfort actually told me to stay home and say I can't make it, to spend it with my family because it's July 4th. But you know what? When my daughter found out that I was invited to a TEDx stage, and when my brothers found out about it, and when some of my followers found out about it, everything said, do it. My calling said, do it. And so I had to overcome all those fears. The fear that I wasn't ready for it. I didn't have the right clothes for it. I didn't have the right confidence. I was nowhere near prepared for it. Nowhere near prepared for it. I threw together a talk that I've been working on for the last several weeks with David Power Talk, and I used that. In fact, last minute I found out that the topic of the TEDx was supposed to be about AI. And I ended up throwing in some topics about AI in there, only because of the fact that I built my own AI in the last several weeks. And so it was pretty much almost 100% impromptu, organic, up there on the stage. Like, hey! Because you know what? My calling said, do it. This is important. People are counting on me. And my comfort, well, my comfort didn't win. See, comfort will create a false safety net for you. You're not ready for it, so just stay home. You'll be fine. See, if you stay home because you're not ready for it, you're not going to make a fool of yourself on top of that stage in front of all the people. Comfort creates an emotional paralysis. Emotional paralysis? Yeah, emotional paralysis. Say that 5 times fast. Emotional paralysis. That, you know what? I'm scared. I'm not ready. I don't want to drive the 5 hours. I don't want to leave the family on a holiday. And I'll be honest on this one. There are people out there that know I do not drive on holidays. Too many crazies out there on the road on the holidays. Way too many crazies. Christmas, New Year's, Easter, yeah, you don't see me driving anywhere. And July 4th, I can't believe that I overcame my comfort to drive on July 4th. But you know what? That's exactly it. My brother said it best about stagnation. See, comfort creates stagnation. Because when you get comfortable, picture a pond with stagnant water. All that collects on there is decaying stuff. And what happens when things decay? It's because they die. And so when you get comfortable and you start stagnating, you are becoming to die. That's why I said when people die at the age of 30, because their dreams died, because they stop wanting to try for their dreams. They get comfortable. And then they stagnate. And they don't get buried until they're 70, 80 years old. They just live their happy, little, comfortable life, tolerating life's little nuances, not making too much noise, but making noise every now and then about the nail on the porch at the dog, just in case you forgot about the dog. It's not, doesn't hurt enough to do anything about it, just enough to moan and groan. Where, you know what, your calling, your goals, your dreams, they create your identity expansion. They create who you are supposed to be. They create the courage. And you create that by stepping forward, by the motion that you do, the push forward towards your dreams. One step at a time, step by step, one little minuscule moment. Because you know what? Your calling demands a new room. You need to grow from one level to the next level. It's like playing a video game. Why do you play video games?
To get away from reality.
Yeah. But when you play video games, you stay on the same level over and over and over and over again.
No, you do it to build up.
You do it to build up. And then what do? You go to the next level.
Once you're at the max level, you switch games.
Exactly. Once you're max. But you keep going to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. That's how life is. You keep going from the next level to the next level to the next level.
You owe me a straw.
Why?
Because remember when Obet was sick and you made me let him use mine? He bit it.
Okay. All right.
You owe me a straw.
Right.
I'll be expecting
So,
in the mail.
I want you to go to bed tonight and tell yourself that my calling is louder than my comfort. And tomorrow morning, wake up and tell yourself my calling is louder than my comfort.
What are those things?
Huh?
What are those?
Not yours.
Pretty nice.
They're pizza mozzarella sticks that Patty made.
I've seen them.
They are delicious.
I'm gonna try them.
You want? Try it. Buy it.
No, it's too late for that shit.
It's not too late for small. Look at this. Oh, look at the cheese pull. Woo!
You need some marinara sauce with this one.
Yeah, well, my daughter doesn't love me that much. She took marinara sauce for herself. Yeah, I'm letting my cheese pull here get cold. See, I want you to try and succeed in the best of your life. Your dreams matter. Only you have those dreams. Nobody else has the dreams that you have. You need to pull them out. Because you know what? Your calling is not going to compete with your comfort. It'll respond with your movement. But if you're too comfortable sitting on that couch, you'll never get your dreams. Because you don't need more time. You need more intention. You need more motion. You don't need more confidence. You've got it. You've got this. You don't need more clarity because you already know your dreams. You've got this. You just need the courage. And the only way to build that courage is by motion, one step at a time. Because the truth is, comfort asks for permission. Your calling asks for obedience.
Someone threw away my box of marinara. And now I don't have any marinara. Or marinara-less.
Isn't there that jar of pizza sauce in the fridge that you opened up?
Would you like some pizza sauce?
No, I'm fine with it. Thank you, though. See, when I started the WOW movement, Comfort told me nobody's listening. All right, bye, babe. Love you.
Okay.
Nobody cares. Nobody needs another speaker that's out there. I mean, well, there's Eric Thomas, there's David Power Talk, there's Les Brown. But you know what? Not everybody likes Eric Thomas. Not everybody likes David Power Talk. Not everybody likes Les Brown. Not everybody likes me. But you know what? People out there need somebody to connect with. And while I'm not going to connect with everybody out there, somebody out there is going to connect with me. And somebody's going to connect with you. Somebody's going to connect to your story. Somebody's going to connect to your voice. Somebody's going to connect to your scars. Because somebody's going to listen to your leadership. So I want you to know that you're not behind. You're being positioned. Your calling's not going to compete with your comfort. Your calling is going to try and make you grow out of it. Because think of one area in your life where comfort has been winning. Because if you've always done this, what you've always did, you'll always have what you always got. And the one thing I've always loved is I would rather do the things that other people aren't willing to do so that I will have the things that other people aren't going to have because they're too scared to do it. They're too scared to stretch. They're too comfortable tolerating what they have instead of stretching to try something new. So your calling is waiting on that one little motion that you have to take. We are at day 190 of this year. We are on our way to the end of the year. There is less than 30 something days left until August, till I'm in Atlanta speaking in front of hundreds of people, which I'm excited about. On stage with David Power Talk, on stage with Arc Inspire, on stage with April Love, on stage with Pastor Richard. I can't wait. And you know what? You can. I believe in you. You need to believe in you because you've withstood more than people know. You've owned more than people seen. It's time to believe in yourself so that you can win in a way that nobody can ignore. Make your next move your loudest one yet because your calling is waiting on that step. Your calling is waiting on that motion. Get out of your comfort zone and try something new.